Okay, so I'm gonna start the video by talking about how I went out this week. I went out again, which was probably not a good idea, to be honest, but I did for some reason. I went out with my Chang roommate only. This Chinese Chad who I live with, and not Jesse Pinkman, my roommate, who looks like Jesse. It was just me and Chang. Apparently, Jesse says he doesn't want to come out until like the end of the month, and I was out with Chang, and he basically said like he's probably not going to come out again until December. So that's kind of that out the window. Like, these are the only two people I speak to at all. Like, literally, I go days at a time without opening my mouth and actually speaking out loud, which is fine by me, to be honest. But like these, I thought like, hey, at least I made some friends, I guess, and I guess I have. But it's like, I get it. Like, they're like, oh, I want to study and whatever. I don't want to go out and spend all this money. It's like, I get it, but I don't know. I did enjoy myself while it lasted, I guess. Anyway, I got we went out, and I ended up just getting so drunk I was sick. Like, I threw up all over this like grass, and like in the street, and I threw up about 10 times when I got home. And I spent the whole weekend. I went out Friday evening, and I spent the whole weekend just recovering from this. And it's bad for a few reasons. Like, first of all, is money. Like, it's not cheap. It's not free. All this shit, all this like alcohol and stuff. It's not free, but it's not like that's not like the main reason. But the main reason really is like diet. Like, I was meant to be going to the gym, and that was what I was meant to talk about in this video. Like, the main point of this video, even though it's not now. But I'll talk about that maybe next week. I don't know. But yeah, I didn't go to the gym because of this all weekend, even though I kind of wanted to. And like, obviously it adds on like a lot of calories. Like, you drink a lot of calories in alcohol that you don't think about. That's really just like, it's not good for you, obviously. Yeah, I don't know. I'm like worried I'm becoming like a full-on alcoholic now though, because I'm only really content when I'm drunk. No, I'm not even happy. I'm just content. But I am completely miserable when I'm sober. So I don't know. Maybe I'll just like drink a little bit. I don't know. But anyway, when I was out, we went to a few like places. We went to a few bars and stuff. And one of these bars, we sat down to have drinks. And I was talking to Chang, and I was like, it's a shame Jesse couldn't be here, whatever. And now it turns out there's like a little civil war going on in my apartment between this Jesse and this Chang guy that I didn't even know about. But I was like, I do like him, even though he's a bit weird. And this Chang guy was like, I don't know, like, that kind of thing. And he's like, do I? I don't know. And I was like, why? What happened? Anyway, it turns out these two guys actually went away for the weekend like 2 weeks ago or a week ago, and they didn't, tell me. They didn't ask if I wanted to come, which, hurts a little bit, Like, I thought I was getting along with these guys, but I get, like, I'm the third friend, I'm the third wheel kind of person. Like, I'm the backup friend. I get that, I'm used to that, for the most part, but it still kind of was a bit annoying. But anyway, they went out to this Jesse guy's hometown. Apparently, it's not too far. They went on the train, and when they were there was a bunch of weird shit that went down. Like, Chang told me he saw like some little kid like going out with like a fully grown man, like a 9-year-old girl, and apparently Jesse was like, oh yeah, this is like the paedophilia capital of the country or some shit, some weird shit. I don't know. Like, it was kind of a good thing I didn't go from the sounds of it. But they said they they got their hands on the weed they were talking about. Like, he told me, oh, we've got some grass, man. Well, that's what he was talking about apparently. And they smoked some weed, and they also just had some normal cigarettes, I guess. And they ended up sleeping out in the street. Like I said, like, it doesn't sound like my idea of a good time, but yeah, I don't know. But apparently, according to Chang, this Jesse guy was trying to like cheat him out of cigarettes, and he was trying to steal stuff off of him when they were out there. And he was like, oh, because I spent like more time around him, because obviously usually we only spent like a few hours with each other, because they spent like a significant amount of time together. Apparently he was like, oh yeah, he's actually really like kind of scummy and stuff. And it it kind of makes sense to me, like, just knowing like who he is and stuff, and kind of looking at him. They say you shouldn't judge a book by its cover, but that's exactly what everyone always does. And in my experience, actually most of the time when you judge someone by their first appearances, a lot of the time, like, I'm not saying it's always right to do, because people judge me based off how I look as well. Like, I get that, and I get why that's wrong, but I'm just saying, like, there have been a lot of times where I've kind of seen people and made a judgment and thought like, oh no, it's not fair, and then it's turned out to be right. And this Chang guy, his mum, when they were moving in, he told us later on I saw him moving in with his mum. I didn't hear her say this, but he later told us, like, she saw Jesse and told Chang, "You stay away from that boy. He looks no good." And Chang was like, apparently she was right. So according to Chang, he just thinks he's very selfish. He's like a bit of a thief. I even told Chang, I was like, I don't know really, but then I thought about it and I was like, I did. For the people who don't know, I had like the worst night of my life a few weeks ago. I went out. I just got really drunk. I went out with Jesse, and basically we were at this bar, and he went into the toilets, and I was just sitting there, and he missed me when he came out, and he ended up going home without me, so I had to walk home by myself. And when I got home, he said to me, he's like, "Oh, thanks for coming home without me," and he was kind of pissed at me, even though it was obviously just a misunderstanding, a miscommunication. And I did tell Chang about that because I hadn't told him up until then. But when he started telling me all this shit, I told him, and he was like, "See, man, he's selfish. He's selfish." It's like, I don't know, I'm not trying to get involved and all that. Like I said, like, I don't feel like I'm a hard person to get along with in real life just because I keep quiet most of the time. I don't, say this kind of shit. But one of the other criticisms that Chang leveled against this guy was that he's, like, autistic and he goes on and on about his interests. And it's like, I kind of see what he means by that from spending time with him. Like, it's not so annoying to me, to be honest, but I get it. He is kind of spurgy, he can go on. Like, he definitely is autistic. I don't know, but I don't know, it's just, there you go. And it just, the room feels a lot less like, kind of, people aren't getting along as much as they were, I guess, is what I'd say. Like, during Fresh Starts week and, like, the week after that, we probably hung out together every day or every few days, and we always talked about, like, our plans and stuff. And now it's, like, it's a bit colder, you can kind of feel it in the apartment, like, in the halls and stuff. Maybe that's, exaggeration, but when I'm in the kitchen and stuff, when I see people, it's just people are just cagier, I think. I mean, there's only 3 of us anyway, but yeah, like I said, if there is something brewing, I'm not trying to get in the middle of that. Like, I literally don't care at all, and it's fine by me anyway. I spend like 99% of my time in my own apartment anyway, so it doesn't bother me. But I don't go out, I don't go to these clubs and stuff. I knew this was going to happen. I knew I was going to be like a social pariah. I'm used to it. It's like, this has been me my whole life. I'm completely used to it. But anyway, that was the night out. That was Friday night, like I said, and that's kind of fucked over a lot of things. Like I said, my fitness journey, I guess, if you want to call it that. My gym has messed that up. But one of the real things that's messed up is my studying. And that's the main thing I want to talk about in this video, because it's kind of getting a bit out of hand now. I mean, this is the whole reason I came to university, in theory, even though, like, 99% of people don't come here to study. It's just the thing you do. And it just got me thinking, like, as a kid, like, a lot of my self-worth came from studying and, like, being good at studying and doing well in school. Like I've said before, my mum's a teacher, and, like, a lot of pressure comes with that. A lot of pressure will come with that. Like, she'd always bring home work for me as a kid from, like, her high school that she taught at when I was in, like, elementary school, and she'd be like, "Oh, do this. You need to make sure when you go to elementary school, when you go to high school, when you go to college, like, all the stuff already. You need to be the best and stuff." And a lot of pressure comes with that. And it's like, I remember in school, there'd be, like, smart kid classes and, like, kind of dumb kid classes. Like, there'd be, like, higher sets and lower sets and stuff. And I'd be in, like, the lower sets for maths and stuff, because I wasn't, like, good at maths, and she wouldn't be happy with that. And then I'd get in the lower set for English, and she'd be really unhappy about that because she taught English. Yeah, like I said, just, like, a lot of pressure. And it's like, I was always told, like, your self-worth comes from studying. And, like, I had a lot of low self-esteem because, like, I wasn't good in school. I did very poorly in my exams a lot of the time. Like, I always just about managed to scrape by, if that. And the thing is, like, if you think about it, like, school success is pretty worthless. Like, the exam success you have isn't necessarily going to indicate how well you're going to do in life, but really the social success in school is the actual predictor. That's the thing that actually matters. Because school is just a glimpse into the future, really. Like, nothing's changed since school, really. Like, people have gotten older, and, it's like, the trends have changed, fashion's changed, all that kind of stuff, but really it's the same people. All the kids who were, like, the fastest runners back in elementary school, they grew up to be the chads, for the most part. And all the kids who weren't, chads in elementary school, they're not going to suddenly become chads in high school. It's just how it works. And it's like, school is just a vacuum of the real world. It's a glimpse into what the real world is going to be. But yeah, like I said, like, I just put a lot of my self-worth on, like, IQ and stuff, and IQ doesn't matter at all, obviously. Like, I see people talk about, like, having low IQ and stuff, and it's like, I don't think IQ is the most important thing ever, especially compared to, like, emotional intelligence. And, like, I have a very, very low social intelligence, because, like, I am doing a STEM degree, and I like to think of myself as, like, kind of smart, maybe. I don't know. But I'm very socially inept. Like, I know that. And, you can call it autism if you want it. It can be whatever. It doesn't really matter in my eyes, because it's just, like, it probably is. Or fuck, who knows, maybe I am autistic, but I don't know, it doesn't really matter either way. It's just, like, it doesn't have to be autistic. My point is, like, it can be whatever you want it to be, but at the end of the day, I'm just very socially inept. It doesn't take a doctor to see that, you know. But that kind of brings me to today, to where we are today, because at this point, like, I'm, like, seriously thinking, like, I'm not seriously thinking about dropping out anytime soon, but I'm thinking about how my degree's going to end, and I just don't see myself. My original plan was, like, maybe, even if it was a long shot, to try and do a PhD, but now I'm not so sure, like, I can do that, to be honest. Not because I'm not smart enough, but just because it's like I can't handle the social side of stuff. Like, I'm so socially inept, like, going to lectures and all the, like, these emails, and the amount of fucking emails I get, oh my god, as well. I need to talk about this. So I got, like, a university email given to me, as you do, right? And it is filled with so much shit, like, just so much unnecessary crap that gets sent my way. It's like, and the annoying thing is, there's, like, for every, like, 20 emails I get, probably one of them's important, but it's all mixed in with the rubbish, so I have to go searching through it. So I get emails like, let me put my email up right now, and let me read some of the shit off to you. Okay, some of the shit I get, like, updates on the website they do, so whenever they upload a lecture, I get an update on that. Like career stuff, like how to do an interview. Like, how do you get to university and not know how to do that? Like, things telling me to vote? Like, why? Like, so they're asking for, like, Fresh Todd surveys, like, if Fresh Todd's week was good and shit, and it's like, they don't want my feedback. Oh yeah, and I got a bunch of emails from the freaking disability department, because my mum called them, and she was like, he needs help, you know. Yeah, I think I talked about that, but she basically called me, and she was like, oh, you know, we're going to talk to them, and we're going to get you help and stuff, and it's like, I didn't need it, but they obviously got in contact. I just told them, like, I don't need help, I'm fine. All this shit. There's, like, important stuff mixed in there. There's, like, stuff like your assignment is due this date. But anyway, yeah, it's just very annoying that it's all mixed in there together. But yeah, that's, like, a big aspect of why, like, a PhD would be hard for me, because I know, like, it's, like, working with other people, and it's just, like, I don't know. I just want to kind of lay down and rot, to be honest, and just neat out, but I don't know. Because my degree, I don't know how useful my degree would even be if I didn't do a PhD. Because it's, like, that's the work I'd be doing anyway, so it's, like, I might as well stay on and do a PhD. I don't know. It doesn't really matter, I guess. I could neat out. I could get neat bucks somehow. Like, couple, like, my autism and my eye, like, my blind, lazy eye that I have, like, I could definitely get some kind of disability coming in. And, like, that, along with my family, like, supporting me, like, if I could figure that out, like, I could probably neat out. And even if I had to, like, wage max, it's, like, I don't know. If, like, I had to do it part-time, I guess I could. But yeah, anyway, so the current situation is I have, like, 3 modules that I have to do. So the first one is the one I've been focusing on. This is like a chemistry kind of thing. It's like, it doesn't really matter the content, but this is like the focus of what I was doing, because this is what I was doing since like week 1. The lectures I had were only about this first module, right? And it was all going well, you know, except because of like drinking. I had like a bunch of poor, like, if you go out one night, it's not just a night you lose the whole weekend as well. So it's like, that was a spanner in the works, but apart from that, it was going mostly fine. And it's like, I have an assignment coming up on that in like a week, you know, just a bit more maybe, and it's like, I just view that as a stopgap, really, because it's like, I can't really do all this work in between, because that's the thing, you go to these lectures and they're like, oh, you know, you need to read the textbook, you need to look at the extra material, you need to do all this stuff over again. It's like, why am I even coming to lectures then in the first place, you know? And I think I made this point already, but I don't know. I got an email actually saying like, oh, you need to come to lectures and stuff, you know, we can see you're not coming and shit. I kind of knew that was going to happen. I don't know, like, I will have to start going more probably. I don't know, I had like a tutor session. This is the only one I actually showed up to. I had a tutor session with my tutor who was there. Basically, these guys, it's their job to like help the individual students. They have like a small group of people, even though they're completely clueless. Like, we had this guy, my tutor looks like Mr. Mackey from South Park. Like, he literally had a green shirt on again today. Well, not today, but this day that we had him. he had this green shirt on, perfectly round head, like balding. He actually looks like an egg, with like a little bit of fuzz on there, like an egg that's rolled under the couch or something. And he has these like really round glasses on as well. And he talks really, really slowly. And basically, he was like, we did this session with him, how to write an essay, and it's like, how do you get to university and not know how to do that shit? But anyway, he was like asking us like what are the components of an essay. Yeah, and we had to go around again, and we had to give like ideas on how to write an essay, and he picked on like each one of us for like an idea, and like my idea was like, you need to like form your opinions about what you're writing, and he was like, yeah, anyone else got any ideas? It's like, you know, when teachers do that shit where it's like, what you've said is wrong, but you know, like, why even pick on me then? You know, like, if I put my hand up, that implies that I'm willing to give away some information. I didn't do that. And then you pick on me, and then you make a face like, oh, you know, it's not right. It's like, well, I didn't, you know, I never said I knew. And then he's like, what else can you put? And I said, like, you know, a thesis. And he was like, yeah, but he didn't even write it down on the board. It's like, all right, you know. But it's like, these are my lectures. The last 3 lectures I've gone to, one of them I left early because it was going too fast. The other one I didn't even understand what the person was saying because their accent was so thick. They sounded like Gru. And this third one I go to, and every suggestion I make is just dismissed immediately. You know, and it's like they wonder why I don't want to go. Maybe I should talk to the disability people and just say like it's my autism, even though it's not. Just use it as like a crutch, as like an excuse, just to get them off my back. Might not be a bad idea, to be honest. If they keep like, you know what? I won't go to these lectures. I've got to go to the lab work. I'll get to that in a minute. But apart from that, like, I'll stop going to like the kind of classroom ones. And if they like kind of hassle me about it again, I'll just tell them it's that. But yeah, anyway, so I have another module, the second module. This is the one where I went to this lecture, and this lecturer sounded like Gru from Despicable Me. I could not understand a word of what she was saying. It was completely incomprehensible. To like, genuinely, like, they have the recordings online on the website. If I could, I would play some of the audio. I don't want to leak it or anything, but I would play it. You guys would hear, like, you can't understand any of it. I'm sure the second lecture she taught, like, a bunch of other people didn't show up either, which is pretty brutal probably, but yeah, that was the first lecture in the second module apparently, and I have a test on that in like 4 days. Like, that assignment's on Friday, and you only have Friday to do it. It's like a multiple choice test you take online. On the bright side, I don't have to leave my room, but also it's like, I had that teacher with an accent, I had that lecturer who I couldn't understand. I was waiting on the textbooks. I ordered these freaking textbooks that they have at like just extortionate prices. I had to order that. That took like ages to arrive. That only came today, like as I'm recording this on Monday. That only arrived a few hours ago. So I've only had a chance to have it for a little bit. And then it's like, this test is in like really soon, like this Friday. Even though I started this module later than the previous one, and that test's in like 2 weeks. So I don't know how that works. So those are like a bunch of issues with this thing that mean that this test is probably going to I'm just going to have to sacrifice this one. Like, I'm not going to do well on it. I know that. I'm just going to have to try and pass. I don't even know how it works. Like, how do you get a grade? Like, they don't explain. Why don't they explain what the fuck is going on? Like, I show up, I have no idea how anything fucking works. And you think they just get you in a room and just explain the shit. But instead we waste time talking about so much just useless information, just random shit. And they make you feel stupid for not getting it. It's like, how the fuck am I meant to know? It's like when I had a job. It's like when I was, a wage cug. They would have the most just random shit that they'd expect people to know already. It's like that. I have no way of knowing this stuff if you don't explain it. You know what I mean? Anyway, in this third module, I don't even know what this one's even about. We had like a bunch of like lectures on plagiarism that I didn't go to. Cause I know, and I told my mum like I didn't go to these, and she was just like, oh yeah, it's fine, because they'll just lecture you about ChatGPT and how like terrible it is to use it and stuff, and how they'll know if you use it. It's like, I don't plan on using it anyway. You know, it's like, I know how not to plagiarize. Like, I don't need like 4 lectures to tell me, waste my time. And there's like lab work. I don't know if this lab work is like a part of this third module. I have no idea how it works. This is why I say like, oh, they don't explain what's going on. And I know people will be like, oh, well, you don't go to the lectures, obviously you're not going to know. But I went to the lectures for the first like 2 weeks, and they didn't explain any of this stuff. Maybe like, fair enough, it starts to be on me, but it's like, if they would explain it in the first place, then it wouldn't be an issue. But anyway, I don't know. I have lab. I know I can see in my calendar. Like, I can see what I have. I have lab work tomorrow. I have to be in the lab for 3 hours in the morning, which is not. I'm not looking forward to that. But I guess I'll go to that. That's like the current situation, though. It's like, I don't know. Like, I don't even have the energy to do it either. Like, I could probably do it, like, if I like really tried, but it's just like, I don't have the energy to try. You know, like, I just can't. it's not even like I can't be bothered. I just, like, what's the point, you know? It's like, I've done so much shit. Like, I went through elementary school, I went through high school, I went through college, all this shit. Like, I had like a bunch of lockdowns and stuff, so I missed a bunch of stuff anyway. So like, I got pretty good at self-studying, and that's what I can do. Like, I can teach myself this shit fine. But it's just like, why? Like, I don't care. You know, I don't care about it. I find learning about it interesting enough, but it's just like, I can't get passionate about it. Do you know what I mean? I just don't care. And no one else cares either. Like, none of the lecturers care, clearly. It's just so much waffle. Like, they're clearly just there to collect a paycheck. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, that's another thing as well. It's like, I have just a very strong dislike or distaste for kind of academics and these kind of institutions. You know, I don't like it. And part of that is my history. Like, I didn't enjoy school at all. You know, and I went through a lot with, like, basically just being, like, harassed by people and stuff. Like, obviously, like, other kids, I'd get, like, picked on a lot, especially in elementary school. But then also, like, teachers and shit, I just got treated like shit. And I asked my mum, like, you know, why? How come the teachers pick on me so much? And she told me, like, oh, it's your face and stuff. And it's like, she's right. You know, it's the brutal thing. She's right about that. But my mum's kind of part of the reason as well, because, like I said, she's a teacher, and it's like, I'd always have this shit forced on me, and I'd get brought into school so much, even when I wasn't in school. Like, I'd get brought into my mum's school and stuff to do shit, and it's just like, I hate that. I don't want to do it anymore. The only reason I'm at university, because you hear, you know, I say all that, and it's like, you might think, like, oh, why are you even there then? It's like, I'm only here because, like, I have nowhere else to go. It's like, it's this or it's to get a job. And it's like, I hated my wage slave job so much, I'd rather do this. You know, like, I know this whole college thing is going to be a complete waste of time probably in the long run, but I'm just delaying the inevitable, and that's like a life of wage slavery pretty much. And if I can somehow get a PhD and somehow, like, get a good job, and like STEM max, I guess, and avoid, like, I'll be like, I know I'm incel forever, like, I know I'm going to be alone for the rest of my life, but if I am, I can at least do a job that doesn't make me actually want to kill myself like wage slaving did. So I guess that's my, like, the kind of hope. That's the best case scenario, is that somehow I'll get a decent job through this. But I know I won't. Like, the job market's fucked anyway. From what I can tell, it's like, it's just, I don't know. But my tactics basically to deal with the situation are just to, like, I'm not going to lectures anymore. You know, that's part of my doctrine, I guess. It's like, I can use the textbooks, it's fine. And really, I'm playing the long game, kind of. Like, I need to get settled and comfortable. Like, I need to meet my basic needs as well. It's like, they give you a week as well. They give you a week here to settle in, and then let the lectures begin. And it's like, that whole week, Fresh Todd's week, that's the first week where you don't have any lectures. It's like, that's advertised as a time to have fun. And, you know, I'm sure for all the Chads and the Stacys, it is a lot of fun. But then the lectures begin, and it's like, you know, you haven't really settled in. I think, like, I've been here like a month now, and it's like, I'm just about settling in. It's like, you can't just force it on us that quickly, you know. Maybe this is like a shit video. I don't think many people will be able to relate to this, because it's pretty, but this is what's going on in my life right now. Not much is happening interesting in my life, to be honest. And I doubt it will be for a while. This is it, basically. This is my life, just studying. I'm going to try and go to the gym more. My next video I'll talk about that. That's pretty much it.